So who has one positive aspect for their presentation? Nelson.
I thought we were pretty organized, and
Please.
but I also know that like for my opening and closing statement, my voice was not as strong as I would hope it was.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Well, this is more like about when people were sitting here while someone else was presenting. I thought we were all very respectful of the person.
How so? What?
Whatever.
Well, it's an important thing though, being respectful. Because remember, if you're up here presenting, it helps you out also, correct? How are you respectful? Like, what are characteristics of that?
Quiet.
You're quiet. What else?
You could like tell that we were paying attention because you asked questions.
You asked questions. That was the key thing. This group had wonderful questions to ask that were thought-provoking, and you challenge each other. The whole purpose is to challenge each other, correct? Okay. Anything else? So, all right, think back. You were up here presenting. What were like specific things that you thought you did really well, and things that you next time you're really interested in? I know there's some other things out there. Matt.
I had bad eye contact.
Bad eye contact. Well, so how are you going to improve upon that?
Just know I'm going to say more and not have to look at the paper when I'm talking.
Yep, reading the paper. Does everyone feel like they read a little bit too much?
Yeah.
There were some groups that did an excellent job of not reading a script, but actually being comfortable with what we're talking about. And I bet a lot of you would have don't realize how comfortable you are with the topics. We covered this for 2 weeks, correct? So you guys know more than you think, correct? Anything else? Quincy, what do you think is your strength for your presentation?
Hard to pick a favorite.
Pick one.
I think our evidence is pretty strong.
What about one thing you'd like to improve upon?
I don't know, technical problems.
Okay. What remedies that? What fixes that?
Preparation.
Preparation. More specifically, what?
Practice.
Practice. Yes.
I think me and Audrey had a solid opening.
Solid.
Yes. And I think we handled the questions well that we got. And something to improve on would be organization, I think.
Organization. And what helped the questioning aspect of it? What part of your report helped with that? The rebuttal evidence. Do you see why I put that in there? So last question. What did you like and dislike about this project overall?
I like asking questions. It's a lot of fun.
So think about each stage of these process. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. I'm sure there are parts that you really didn't care for.
I think it dragged on.
Dragged
I know
on.
it wasn't your fault because we had MCAS, a lot of weird things.
Yeah, I think it dragged on a little bit too. And it was a tough week last week, but I agree. Anything else? Gage?
Oh no, honestly, I thought we were just 100%. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing on. So absolutely perfect.
Completely.
No error at all.
None.
You can't even say that with a straight face.
Hey, if that's what you think.
He says everything with a straight face.
But I think we all have some room for improvement, me included. Well, there are some things I would like to go over real quickly, some positives that I saw, and there are many more. Each group, you guys possessed a lot of positive energy and critical thinking. So you took each step seriously, which I thought was awesome. Like whether it was notes, whether it was like a movie, whether it was formulating a thesis, you guys did a great job with that. Your reports followed the outline, and also you incorporated evidence that you found on your own. So I asked you, in the library, also at home, to incorporate your own evidence. And a lot of you did that, and that made me really happy. Because that shows interest, correct? Shows that you're actually interested in the topic. So more specifically while presenting, I think most of you really knew your argument, you knew your evidence, and that was important. Also, you had very great visuals for a slideshow. I had one from another class. A girl did a visual representation of a gunshot and how the crowd reacted. I thought that was awesome. It was very creative. Also, your questioning was phenomenal. Your group questioning was very thoughtful and sure you were paying attention. And I really appreciate that. Things to work on. I'm not going to say negatives, but constructive criticism. Some groups, I know some individuals will probably shy a little bit, but I think some other individuals could have played a more prominent role. That wasn't only for this class, it was for my other group, so that's why I put that there. Avoid reading off the notes. This isn't a script, correct? Do you notice some of you were just like, maybe the pages reading? Did you notice that? And it's hard because it's nerve-wracking being up here, correct? But I think if you use the visuals more, and you can kind of step to the side, then the eyes aren't on you, but on your visual. Does that make sense? Who thinks they could improve in that aspect a little more? And that's okay. Because trust me, when I was in high school, I did the same exact thing. Remember, Mr. Franklin's class did the same exact thing. They what they told me, and I improved upon it. Right? It's a growing thing. Adjusting the whole audience. Matt, you brought up eye contact, and that goes on with reading. Sometimes when you're doing a presentation, you're inclined to look at the teacher, correct? Like I'll be sitting here, you'll say everything to me. But you have to remember, you're addressing the whole audience. So it makes sense to pick and choose, and do like a landscape view, right? Does that make sense? Also, aligning slides with the evidence being discussed. So, and that goes along with practice, correct? So going through a practice round, having evidence 1, being a video, having that timing ready. And that goes along with practice, okay? So, quick discussion. Why do you think this will help improve, or how do you think you will improve these presentation skills? What do you think is going to help you out with this?
More presentations.
More presentations, more specifically.
Practice.
Practice. So let's say we're doing civil rights next unit. Let's say we're doing a presentation on a certain aspect, say the Martin Luther King, just for example. What's going to help with that? Practice. Going through each individual's responsibilities. Going to the library during a DLT and then practicing your slideshow. Does that make sense? And then, I tend to do this when I'm planning a lecture. I practice it, I say it to myself, and I go, that wording doesn't make sense, or that slide's not the best slide. You kind of get the errors out ahead of time, okay? So yes, practice. So, I think this is important. What was the purpose of giving you an outline for the report? Think about that. I gave you a specific outline for each report. What was the purpose?
Keep you organized.
Keep you organized.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yes, keeping you organized.
And it makes it easier for you to grade us too.
That's true. Either way, it's a lot of grading, but it does. It helps. But think down the road. What do you think specifically? In terms of this, it was a persuasive assignment, correct? You had to pick an argument and show how you got there. What might you be doing down the road? An essay. What? You'd be surprised. You did all the components of the essay. Just take those questions that I gave you, and you have your essay. So think of it as an outline. There's an outline process to the writing process, correct? So I want to show you the components of this persuasive historical essay. You need your argument. You need your evidence. You need your rebuttals, your counter-arguments, defend those, and a conclusion. And everyone did all that. You guys all got excellent grades at that part. And there's some little things we could tweak and improve upon. But overall, do you get the outline process? So when we do this, you're not going to have the outline with you. You're going to do that all on your own. And then actually formulate your essay.